Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for jumping on this quick webinar with us today. I really appreciate your time, and I do want to start on time just because the content is really interesting, and I want to talk to you guys about the challenges of using spreadsheets for analytics. Thank you again for joining us. On behalf of Solgenia and all the team here, I welcome you to our webinar, and I'm hoping to have a meaningful conversation with each one of you and perhaps show you something about technology and about analytics that you might not have known before. So we'll do the webinar for about 25 minutes. We'll do Q&A, and I'll try and keep it as short as possible. Thank you. So to get started, for those of you who are perhaps looking at our new name, Solgenia Akela, I just wanted to run this quick slide just to tell you that our name now is Solgenia Akela, and that's how you pronounce it. It's Solgenia Akela, and this is part of a global branding strategy that we're undergoing right now. But we are essentially the same company. We have the same customers, the same management, the same people, and the same world-class solutions that we've been serving you with for many, many years. So my question to directly dig down into the content is, first of all, remove some confusion. I often hear about data challenges, and the one term that stands out is big data. Everybody's talking about big data. They want to know more about big data. And essentially every conversation you have is about big data. But from our aspect, the way we see things, it is not about big data at all. It's about any kind of data and every kind of data. Data that's running on the machines of our manufacturing customers or healthcare customers, or be it any other customer in the fashion industry, the energy industry, and so on. There's different types of data. There's sales data, marketing data, manufacturing data, inventory data, and really when you talk to an IT manager or an IT specialist and you talk about big data, really that conversation is not the conversation they want to have. They want to have a conversation about any kind of data and every kind of data. We love spreadsheets. I use spreadsheets. I think everybody loves spreadsheets, and here's a top 10 list of the reasons you should love spreadsheets. I mean, this is my favorite list of reasons why I love spreadsheets. You can record macros, you can automate a bunch of things. It helps me with a ton of productivity. You can work with data, filter data, sort it, add it, put functions on it, formulas on it. You can use pivot tables, which are awesome. You can generate graphs, use them in PowerPoints, and use complicated features such as VLOOKUPs and so on, and convert data from one format to the other, and even look for information. And for all these reasons and 100 more, I absolutely love spreadsheets. We all do, and we use them. But the challenge right now is that are spreadsheets the right tool for you to generate business intelligence and analytics? And that's the question we're talking about. Clearly, within every business, there are two types of activities. There's two types of data that we can identify. There's the low-risk data that does not have a problem in being managed as it is being managed. And then there is mission-critical information that is absolutely necessary to be managed in the right way. And here, this is the area that we want to talk about. If you're using spreadsheets to manage low-risk data, you're doing the right thing. You're actually being productive and efficient, and you should be credited for that. But if you're using analytics with spreadsheets for mission-critical information and applications, well, that's an area that you need to look at again. According to the European Spreadsheet Risk Interest Group, it's an interest group, it's online. You can visit them at eusprig.org. The URL is on the screen. They actually have captured stories of how spreadsheets have gone wrong. Some of the examples are up on the screen where somebody in the government, with the Nevada government, made a mistake of $5 million It was an error they made using spreadsheets. There was also an article in the Columbia Tribune about how the Columbia Housing Authority had to pay a couple of $100,000 to cover some kind of a bug. Similarly, cases in the UK and so on and so forth. It's a very interesting website. I strongly suggest that you visit it. And what we can see from this website and hundreds of more websites is that even though spreadsheets are being used in the right context, but spreadsheets do have certain problems and issues that make them a problem, in fact, to be used within some applications. Some other horror stories about spreadsheets, really from the same website, is data entry errors costing almost $200,000. Confidential financial data got out in the newspaper. Exam scores got botched by missorting using Excel sheets. And somebody, last but not least, somebody thought that they had the skills to fabricate data on the spreadsheets. To the tune of financial institutions using spreadsheets where they had millions of pounds of money being wasted and at risk. So there's a lot of horror stories where Excel sheets and spreadsheets have been used in the wrong context. So today we're going to talk about the 7 sins of using Excel or spreadsheets for analytics, and why these 7 areas are very important and key for us to address within an enterprise situation. Again, I love spreadsheets, but we're specifically talking about analytics using spreadsheets. So we can actually distill this down to 7 areas, which are design, accuracy, process, integration, timeliness, complexity, and security. And I'll briefly talk about each one of them as we go on. The first one is design. So spreadsheets were never designed to be a business intelligence solution. They were never designed to be an analytics platform. Let's just accept that. And spreadsheets, for whatever purpose they serve, are not a replacement for BI. It's as clear as that. Spreadsheets are not a database, and they're not a business intelligence solution. Some of the differences between spreadsheets and databases is they store information in completely different ways, in cells versus records, and they essentially operate on 2 completely different technologies. They process information in 2 different ways. So let's not try and make something out of spreadsheets that they were never designed to be in the first place. So that's the design element of spreadsheets. That is a major risk area and a warning sign for us to look at. The second area is accuracy. Spreadsheets, unfortunately, cannot ever create an accurate picture of the information that they're analyzing, purely because the lack of control on information. It's not very uncommon to see in a typical organization, whether it's an SMB or a 500 people or a 5,000 people organization, that multiple spreadsheets to the tune of 50 and 100 spreadsheets are connected together to derive pricing, to derive some other information, and make the critical business decisions based on those spreadsheets. And even if one of those cells within any of those spreadsheets has the wrong information, you have to essentially correct everything, and your information is very, very vulnerable. And that's the lack of control on information and the lack of security. Governance absolutely is part of this, and it's impossible to govern data if it's stored on spreadsheets in the first place. There's also the ability to manipulate data very easily on a spreadsheet. There's no lockdown, there's no management, there's no hierarchy of control on individual cells or individual records. And essentially, from that aspect, you're exposing your organization to a lot of risk. And I showed you some examples in the start of organizations going wrong with the use of spreadsheets. So are spreadsheets really very process-oriented? They may be, because we made them to be, but spreadsheets are not very process-focused. We have to work on spreadsheets and kind of do workarounds to make them fit into our processes. At Solgenia, we also work with technologies such as business process management and so on, and workflow design. And really, we have a lot of insight into what process design means. But spreadsheets purely, it's very difficult to create, let's say, dashboards within an organization or a data set, or create automated data processing, data reporting. These are just some of the challenges that we face in terms of process. We're not able to replicate the quality of the processes using spreadsheets. Also, it's very time consuming to take spreadsheets to scale. And if one of your leadership or your executives or your management or a decision maker wants to have access to information really quickly, if you have 200 connected spreadsheets, it might be very difficult to give them the dashboard they need with the information they need to make the decision they want to make. So connected Excel sheets is not a process. For those of us who thought it was a process, they're not very process oriented by design. So do spreadsheets integrate with everything else that we have, is the question. Today, in a typical IT or an IT environment, you're using multiple databases. You're using Oracle, you might be using MongoDB, you're connecting to the cloud, you're connecting to on-prem databases, and so on and so forth. So the IT landscape has become very complex as compared to the last 5, 10, 15, or 20 years. And are Excel sheets the best connector to connect to all these multiple data sources? What about a data warehouse? And especially when you work with technologies, not with remote desktop, but with with the private cloud and so on, are Excel sheets really provide the best connectivity of your information and secure it with the databases? Not really. They do not do a good job in kind of being an integral part of your IT landscape. Yes, the odd department or the odd team might connect to some data and some information, but that doesn't mean that spreadsheets are a perfect fit into the puzzle. Spreadsheets, because of this, are also a factor of slowing down business, just because it takes a long time for us to work with Excel sheets to squeeze out that information that we need. It causes delays in information. It causes delays in making decisions. And really, if you're only using it to generate charts and bar graphs, you're doing okay. But in a true enterprise environment where there's decisions being made out of data every single minute, the timeliness of Excel sheets is a challenge to be addressed. So spreadsheets, as they started out, in my understanding, were a modern invention to replace the accounting ledger in many ways. And can they really address the complexity of the IT landscape that we have? Some of our customers, again, just to give you a live example, talk to us about very complex deployments. The customer is based out of a certain region. They want cloud deployment in another region. Their sales and marketing sits in a different city. Their decision makers sit in a different city. And if you are a business that is spread out thin, you've got, let's say, 10 offices, 10 sales offices spread out throughout the world, and your marketing team is in 5 different places, is it really easy to connect everything to everything else using an Excel sheet or a trail of Excel sheets? Not really, it's not. So those vulnerabilities of being able to not process information or not provide the ideal means of connecting different technologies and different locations or different teams together is a problem with Excel, and really it's not very complexity friendly at all. We also talked about, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the security aspect of spreadsheets. Security is a very key element for all of us today. Typical questions that our customers ask us are if I'm going to store data within, let's say, an analytics platform, is the data secure? Is my data secure on a private cloud? Is it stored within Canada? And these are typical questions that come up within conversations with customers. But the answer to all of these is a bit complex. And while there is no silver bullet to securing data, we also need to see how are we going to secure data in the first place. Let's say we offered the highest quality of a private cloud to a customer, but they started using Excel as their primary means of storing and exchanging information on something like Google Sheets or Google Drive. Well, that's the end of all the privacy and security you could have enabled. So the coin has two faces, definitely. And when we evaluate a typical IT environment, we have to look at the entire picture. And in addition to, let's say, investing millions of dollars into our infrastructure, we have to address the fact how are end users using applications within the environment itself, and are those applications safe and secure to be used. So just that angle from Google Drive that made me put this slide up is that we have to look at things from an application level as well. Spreadsheets by itself, just because they're shared by email, they're shared by online peer sharing websites and platforms, lead to the fact that they're not very secure at all to store and exchange critical data. I'd like to introduce you to our platform, GenoCloud, which is the world's first cloud-based business productivity suite with some unique applications inbuilt. GenoCloud is the industry's only solution to offer a real-time consumption model for business productivity. You can have applications available on, you have applications available on GenoCloud to the public cloud, a private or a hybrid cloud. You can also use GenoCloud applications on-prem, so in terms of security. For the strongest deployment, we can actually guarantee 100% local data residency as well in cases where it's required. GenoCloud is a framework that really transforms the industry in multiple ways. I'm not going to go too deep into the platform just because of the shortness of time, and I don't want to take too much of your time. But with GenoCloud, the idea of self-service, the idea of business analytics on the cloud, document management on the cloud, and business productivity and efficiency on the cloud has tremendously been simplified. Just to do one slide on the analytics capabilities on GenoCloud. One of the applications, that's one of the best applications on GenoCloud, is GenoCloud Analysis. GenoCloud Analysis is a true business analytics platform that can work with multiple data sources. It can work within your enterprise, your small business, or any of your departments, teams, whether they're in one location, multiple locations, and it can serve as a platform to unify all your reporting needs. Organized by key features such as enterprise reporting, self-service BI, dashboards, and mobility, GenoCloud Analysis is able to offer you key insights into the data that you want to analyze. It's going to take you away from spreadsheets. It's going to take you away from your desktop-based analytics platform that's really even harder to operate. And enable a true BI platform on the cloud. Some of the features within, and this is very short. This is just a couple of slides. Some of the features within Analysis are an enterprise business reporter, where you can use it to transform information and insights into data that you can use for decision making within your organization. Of course, there's a lot of flexibility in the platform. You can customize reports. You can customize something called views, models, and so on and so forth. You can also customize templates. You have something called predictive modeling, multi-dimensional analysis, strategy maps. I don't want to bog you down with features and functionality right now, but the point is that everything is available on the cloud. It's part of the GenoCloud analysis platform, and this is everything and anything you would need from a self-service BI on the cloud today. Mobility is a big part of GenoCloud analysis. It's available as a native app for iOS as well as for Android, and really for those decision makers that are mobile who need access to information at the go. They can have customized dashboards they can build in a matter of seconds, so you don't even have to go back to your IT team to get them to do a view for you and a model for you. It's all self-service. It's all intuitive and very easy to use. One thing that I wanted to point out is that GenoCloud Analysis offers the ability to connect to any data source, whether it's Oracle, MongoDB, Salesforce, OData. Using a set of connectors, we can connect to any kind of a database and derive insights from that information. So that's something that, that we love about the platform. Of course, the idea of self-service is available. You can actually visit the website yourself, and you can customize what kind of a deployment you need, and it's all available on the cloud. You can configure aspects such as how many days do you need to use the platform for? Is it a day, a week, a month? How many users need access? And really, this is all based online on a self-serve platform that you can start using probably by the end of this webinar if you got started right now. And just to give you the price point, GenoCloud, this is very transparent pricing for GenoCloud. It's priced at $12 per user per month. I don't think I've seen that kind of pricing anywhere, but that's the starter price for GenoCloud Analysis on the cloud. Really a true business intelligence platform, completely based on the cloud, and you can get started with one user and start using it for connect it to any data source and start using it for any insights. Just some quick facts about us. We are, again, Solzhenitsyn Akela. We're based out of Toronto, Canada. We have about 35 customers that we've been serving for almost the last 25 years. We are 150 plus people that are here to serve your needs, your business needs. And we also have our own data center operating in Italy. And for those of you who've been on our website before, you must have seen that we've recently done a partnership with a leading data center in Toronto. So we are offering key data services, hosting, public-private cloud offerings on the cloud within Toronto as well to serve our North American customer needs. And really this service goes out to 33 plus countries as well through the network that's operated by Equinix. Some of our customers, we're really strong in banking and insurance, very strong portfolio, so we know what we're talking about. Manufacturing and retail, telecommunications, and so on. I'm happy to share this list with you should you require. There are also free resources available on our website in the form of white papers. So you can go to our website, solzhenitsakela.com, and download some key white papers that you can use to see for yourself what the challenges of the industry are, and perhaps get some insight into your business problems as well. And that's really the end of it. I'm happy to take any questions if you have. You can type questions on the left side of your screen, and you can, if you see your screen, you can see a window popped up on the left side. You can type a question there, and I'll be happy to answer it. If you have any specific information needs, or you need more information on the problem with spreadsheets and what we've seen happen with our customers, please let us know. I'd love to have a conversation with you and really explore what your industry is going through, what the challenges of your business are, and how we can solve them. What if I have a question from somebody? What if I need to continue using spreadsheets and analysis together? So GenoCloud Analysis connects with any data source, and one of the data sources it connects to is a spreadsheet. We do not recommend you use spreadsheets for your analytics. But in terms of connectivity, if you need information on the fly, you need to analyze information on the fly. Absolutely, you can connect spreadsheets to analysis and derive insights as you like. Do you offer build data cube, etc.? Building data cubes and other aspects are really services based. I'd say elements. We do offer services, though. We do offer the ability to create a data warehouse and all of those things that go behind creating an analytics platform and an offering. And I'm just reading off some more questions. What is this around behavioral integration with what? What is this?
I was saying the fact that we have integration totally, that's what he's asking. We have total integration with Excel, you can export, you can link. I'm going to place a question again about Excel.
Is the solution offered as a private cloud? Analysis is offered in multiple flavors, one of them being, yes, a private cloud. If your organization is very stringent on data exchange, information, privacy, HIPAA, and a bunch of other things, it absolutely is available on a private cloud format. As I mentioned before, if you need information to stay within a geographical border as well, we can work on that, and we can offer you the ability to store data, let's say, just within Canada, and it will not leave Canada or the Canadian political border. Do you have the possibility of importing or connecting with Excel? Yes, we do. The information, the platform connects with Excel. You can drag and drop an Excel sheet into analysis, and it will create the necessary tables. It will help you drill down into the information. So absolutely, yes, it does connect with Excel. You can actually get a free account on GenoCloud today and start using analysis if you like. Or if you want us to do some hand-holding, show you around, please give me a shout, call me, or send me an email, and I'll be happy to show you around the platform as well. If there are any more questions, I'd be happy to address them in the next minute. There's a question about Salesforce. So as I mentioned before, GenoCloud Analysis connects to a number of databases. That includes Salesforce, that includes Gmail, Facebook, it includes any proprietary solutions that you might have, SugarDB, sales and marketing databases. It absolutely connects to Salesforce. So you could connect it to Salesforce using our connector, which is available free of charge. There's no extra cost to it. It's all available online. It's all available as part of the platform. And you can start connecting to your Salesforce, derive insights from the data, and start working on it immediately. Any special requirement to connect with Salesforce? No, there's no special requirement except that you've got to be a valid subscriber of GenoCloud Analysis, and that you have a valid account, and you can just connect to Sales. Of course, you have to have a Salesforce account as well. So yes, absolutely. So at this moment in time, I would like to thank all of you for your valuable time and spending this half an hour with us. I hope it was useful for you to be on this webinar. Again, I'll try and circulate a recording of this webinar to you in a day or two, including the PowerPoint. But please send me back an email or send me some questions so that we can really engage in a meaningful conversation, and we can actually exchange some ideas and talk about some business problems. Again, my name is Ian Khan on behalf of the team here at Solgenia Kela in Toronto. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you very much.